4 times 2x plus 1 minus 3. I can apply the distributive property, so I do that. 4 times 2x is 8x. 4 times 1 is 4. Minus 7 is equal to 1. There's no fractions or decimals, so I'm not going to consider that part of step 1. Step 1 also says combine similar terms on each side of the equation. I can add these two, so I have 8x minus 3 is equal to 1. Next, I'm going to add positive 3 to both sides of the equation, so I have 8x minus 3 plus 3 is equal to 1 plus 3. Addition property of equality. 8x plus 0 is 8x. 1 plus 3 is 4. Now I can multiply both sides here by 1/8, or if I want to, I can also divide both sides by 8. Some people like to show it that way. We'll show it that way on this one. Dividing by 8 is the same as multiplying by 1/8, and I know that 1/8 times 8x is just going to give me x. 4 divided by 8 is 1/2. So sometimes people like to show, instead of the multiplication property, instead of multiplying both sides by a fraction, they like to divide both sides by a whole number. Either way that you like to do it is fine. Here's our next one. Here I'm going to apply the distributive property first. I see I have some fractions, but I'm not going to worry about that until after I apply the distributive property. 3/4 times 8, 4 divides into 8 twice, times 3 is 6x. 3/4 times negative 4 will be negative, 4 goes into 4 once, times 3 is 3. Plus this 3 equals 2/5 times 5. 5 divides into 5 once, times 2 is 2x. And then 2/5 times 10. 5 divides into 10 twice, times 2 is 4, minus 1. So that's step 1a. I applied the distributive property. Look, there's no fractions or decimals here, so I don't need to worry about that step 1b. I'll simply go ahead and simplify each side as much as possible next. Here I have 6x plus 3 plus negative 3 plus 3. That's 6x plus 0, which is 6x. 2x plus 4 plus negative 1 is 2x plus, when I add these two, just 3. Now, let's get all the variable terms over on the left side. So I have 6x plus negative 2x equal 2x plus negative 2x plus 3. 6x plus negative 2x is 4x. And over here I have 2x plus negative 2x, which is 0, plus 3 is 3. Multiply both sides by 1/4. X is equal to 3/4. Or divide both sides by 4, either way you want to look at it. So step 1 has 3 parts to it, depending on whether I have fractions or decimals, but I always apply that distributive property first if I can. Then it's the addition property of equality to get all the variable terms on one side, constant terms on the other. Finally, the multiplication property of equality just to solve for x. Now, if you want to be good at solving equations, you have to solve a lot of equations. There's a lot of problems in the book for you to do and a lot of examples to look at. So as hard as you can work on these solving equations, do that.